What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. With WrestleMania 36 just a week away, the WWE is working to position everything into place, but as you know, a number of superstars are unwilling or unable to compete, so how will this affect last night's episode of the Blue Brand? Join us now as Wrestlelamia analyzes the 27th March edition of Friday Night Smackdown, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including more absences from Mania, the Boneyard match being explained, the WWE sticks it to Scott Dawson again, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos. But let's not waste any further time and get straight into the good, the bad, and the downright ugly of the 27th March edition of Smackdown. As always, we look at the good first as number 1, Corbin kills Elias. Last night's segment involving Elias and King Corbin started off with some good comedy, but quickly turned dark when King Corbin beat Elias down, then knocked him off a balcony. This segment was well shot, including a dark tone that showed just how dangerous Corbin is. There was even a cool meme on Twitter with this scene, but with the audio of Scar killing Mufasa dubbed over it. Sometimes an angle with a babyface mocking a heel can hurt the heel's character by making them look like a clown. Corbin was anything but a clown as he played a dangerous cat and mouse game, taunting Elias while the imperiled babyface tried to climb to safety. King Corbin looked downright murderous tonight as he knocked Elias off the balcony, hopefully putting him over and setting up a good feud between him and Corbin at WrestleMania. Number 2, no scrubs tonight. The WWE seemed to learn from the 23rd March edition of Raw, which featured squash matches at the Performance Center. Last night's show featured some excellent matches, including Drew Gulak vs Shinsuke Nakamura, Asuka vs Alexa Bliss, and the main event of the Usos vs The New Day. It should be clear to the WWE by now that the WWE Universe wants to see matches, and competitive ones at that. Number 3, utilizing the production truck. With Smackdown being taped, they were able to take advantage of different camera shots in the editing room, presenting the best visuals and sound possible, particularly in an empty arena. As we mentioned last week, the WWE is starting to shoot the action with closer shots, avoiding showing the empty seats for most of the time. Yes, the audience is well aware that the show is being shot from the Performance Center, but why remind them with shots that show the empty seats in the background? This just made us think how nice it'll be not seeing the camera change shots to the audience at WrestleMania like the WWE tends to do during pay-per-views. And number 4, Triple H's comments. Triple H's in-ring career might be winding down, but it's clear he's still an asset on the microphone, whether it's him providing color commentary or last night cutting a promo discussing the Roman Reigns vs Goldberg match. It was a short but effective segment, even though many fans know Reigns is out of the match now. But that was the good. What about the bad? As number 1, Bayley bumbles. Last night's promo with the 5 women in the SmackDown Women's Championship match showed just how far Bayley still needs to go when it comes to her skills on the microphone. Bayley is an excellent performer, but she was awful last night. Something made even worse when you consider this was a pre-taped show. Perhaps Bayley can attend some promo classes once things get back to normal. Number 2, Big E is creeping us out. Now, we don't know if this belongs in your good or bad really, but speaking of bad promos, Big E's promo towards the Usos was downright creep-tastic as he talked about spanking Jimmy and Jay. Someone on the WWE writing team seems obsessed with the thought of men spanking other men, and we have a good idea who it is, as seen last night in the segment a while back when Elias spanked Drake Maverick. And number 3, Tamina runs mild. Come on, what is the WWE trying to prove with Tamina? They're trying to hype her up as if she's got this huge momentum going into Mania, as if she's a real threat. Now, even though WWE presented this, we all know that she's going to be the first one eliminated. This segment is going to be the only one Tamina stands bring up to defend her. But that was the good and the bad, and to be honest, there was nothing downright ugly about last night's show. The WWE is in a bind with having to run empty arena matches and not only tape its weekly television, but this year's WrestleMania. Smackdown did a good job building up for Mania, and while it was weird seeing a match between 2 guys we knew we won't see at the WWE show of shows, Roman Reigns and Triple H, last night's edition did a good job building up the WWE's biggest event of the year. But that was the good, the bad and the downright ugly. Let's get on to the news, but before we do, While Wrestlelamia will always give you spoilers about the match results, this video does contain information about matches taking place at Wrestlemania as well as substitutions for matches. If you don't want to hear about these stories, we'll let you know when to tune out. Be sure to check out the timestamps in the description. But our first story looks at Edge out at Wrestlemania and other rumors. As we already know, Roman Reigns is out of Wrestlemania, with the big dog deciding to forego his Universal Championship match against Bill Goldberg. Now there are a number of rumors and confirmed stories about WWE superstars dropping out of WrestleMania, with Edge being one of them. Although we will cover each person missing, we wanted to start by saying that Edge will be at this year's Showcase of the Immortals for his last man standing match against Randy Orton. According to WrestlingNews.co's Paul Davis, in regards to Edge, the story going around about him pulling out of the show is false. Dave Meltzer noted on the Wrestling Observer forum that Edge vs Randy Orton did take place as scheduled at the WrestleMania tapings. Now that we know Edge and Orton are fighting at Mania, let's look at some other rumors. Keep in mind that it's difficult to be certain about these stories due to Mania being taped and the WWE doing its best to maintain secrecy. Another rumor that was making the rounds was that Asuka and Cesaro were not at WrestleMania. With the Kabuki Warriors rumored to defend the Women's Tag Team Championship, this could have been problematic, although as we'll see, another championship tag team will be missing one of its members. Now that those rumors are out the way, we do know that several superstars will be absent from WrestleMania. Current United States Champion Andrade will not be competing at WrestleMania, as Post Wrestling is reporting that Andrade suffered an injury which was described to us as very minor, but that he would not be cleared within a few days, so he was replaced in the Raw Tag Title match at WrestleMania. An angle was shot where NXT's Austin Theory is introduced as the replacement to team with Angel Garza against Raw Tag Team Champions The Street Profits. It is expected that the angle will run onto Monday's episode of Raw leading into WrestleMania the following weekend. In addition, rumour has it that The Miz will not be competing in the Smackdown Tag Team Championship match as he is sick. But one story going around is that John Morrison is defending the titles in the ladder match by himself, presumably against one member of the opposing team. And finally, Buddy Murphy is also reportedly out of WrestleMania. According to WrestlingNews.co, PW Insider is reporting that Murphy was scheduled for the Raw tapings, but he was not cleared to appear on the show and he was not at the WrestleMania tapings. There is no word on why he was not cleared to appear at the tapings. Whew. This year's WrestleMania is beginning to look like a train wreck, and we'll keep you updated on whatever rumours are confirmed. Next up, the Boneyard match has been explained. The upcoming bout between AJ Styles and The Undertaker looks like it's become personal, but what in the blue hell is a Boneyard match? Fans have speculated that it might be something like a Buried Alive match, and this would make sense as the WWE reportedly taped its gimmick matches at sites outside the WWE Performance Center. Still, details are sketchy, except that AJ Styles reportedly had shared some information on his Mixer stream. According to WrestlingNews.co, Styles said that the Boneyard match will not take place in the ring and there are no rules, so anything goes. He also said that there would be a grave involved. Again, nothing is confirmed by WWE. This sounds like an old school graveyard or Buried Alive match under a different name. This could be a fun match and a good way to hide The Undertaker's age-related slowdown in the ring. Next up, an update on Teddy Hart's arrest. Teddy Hart was arraigned on 27th March in Richmond, Virginia for his most recent arrest in the area. You may recall Hart was arrested on 26th March for allegedly choking indie wrestler and former girlfriend Maria Manick. According to PW Insider, Hart is currently being held without bail at Richmond City Jail and is scheduled for a hearing on 22nd April at 2:15 p.m. Under Virginia law, strangulation is considered a Class 6 felony. Should Addis be convicted, he could be looking at 1 to 5 years imprisonment and a fine of $2,500. Hart is also facing charges for 2 other incidents and could face imprisonment for several years should he be convicted. Next up, when is WWE's next taping? With taping television shows like Raw and Smackdown now the new norm, fans are wondering when the next set of tapings will take place. According to PW Insider's Mike Johnson, the next scheduled television taping is Friday 10th April, which would be the post-WrestleMania Friday Night Smackdown broadcast. That taping is slated for the WWE Performance Center. The post-WrestleMania editions of Monday Night Raw and WWE NXT have already been taped. This is the new norm, but you can be sure the WWE will continue to improve its product in empty arenas as time passes. With any luck, things will be back to normal before we know it. And finally, WWE sticks it to Scott Dawson again. Revival member Scott Dawson is sitting out the last weeks of his WWE contract and keeping busy at home. Recently, he shared a video from a 2019 match between the Revival and the Undisputed Era. He posted it on his Twitter account along with the following message: "Another rare match from my collection to help you get through these tough times. The Revival vs Undisputed Era from San Antonio, Texas. Please do the world a favor, stay home. We're in this together. Enjoy." Unfortunately, fans who clicked the video got a message that the video was taken down for violating copyright, another reminder of how trifling the WWE can be. But there you have it guys, our analysis of the 27th March Smackdown as well as the wildest wrestling news stories and rumors you need to know. What did you guys think of Smackdown last night? Let us know in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.